Hey Taurus, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your 4th week of June tarot reading and I'm using the Law of Attraction Tarot, and at the end I'm going to use the Power deck to do a pick a card. I'm going to pull 3 cards, so go ahead and set your intention now for whatever it is that you need to hear and which card you think will have your message, or all of them if you like. This is just a general. It may have nothing to do with what's going on with you, so I have an Etsy page linked below where you can get a private reading and we can dig into what's going on with you specifically if you like. Your themes are the Ace of Pentacles and Strength. And so this Ace of Pentacles has been something that you're trying to grow, a new habit you're trying to start, something in your environment that you're starting to make some changes, and it was tied to your self-worth in some way, feeling enough, and feeling enough right where you are. And this strength is going to be talking about rooting out any areas where you may be holding yourself back or sabotaging. Anything that is, so if this is a seed, it can like equate this to a seed that you've planted in your garden. What could be shading it from the sun? What's not allowing it to get enough sun? What other plants could be leaching nutrients from the soil? What's blocking it? Anything like that. Anything that's going to get in the way of the growth of this. So this week you have the Wheel, the 5 of Swords, the Hangman, and the Chariot. So my first impression that I want to say really quick as a side note is don't look down, stay centered, balanced, and aligned. That's like to summarize it. But the main key word though, overall, I'm hearing procrastination. I'm getting that there may have been some false starts, because like this is the 4th week and you've been trying to plant the seed the entire time. This whole theme of the month has been the planting of the seed. And so there may be, we've talked about moving stuff out. So you may have bought bins to sort stuff out and get rid of it, and that's as far as you got. Or it can be deciding you're going to start working out, so you buy the cute pants for it and you haven't actually taken the tags off. Or when you decide, I know I've done this, when I decide I want to bring in more healthy eating habits, but I don't want to waste food. So it's like, well, this whole week I'm going to eat up all the crap that's in my fridge before I go and spend money on food. And that has a way of becoming 2 weeks, and then 3, and then you have to kind of start from scratch. Or sometimes, I know I also like to start on a Monday or start on a Sunday, like the beginning of the week. And so if you get to Tuesday and you screw it up, it's like, just wait till Monday again, because I don't like to start. It's like, so it feels like there's a loss of momentum because of that. And there just seems to be a lot of excuses that crop up disguised as adversity, things in your way, the reasons not to, but they feel like excuses, honestly. And it feels as though you've been locked in this perpetual cycle of prep work, just the preparations, the getting ready, the gearing up, and not doing. So when the Chariot shows up, the time is now, right where you are, how you are. It's like you're trying to feel ready, trying to get everything in place and then I'll be ready. And you're not, there's no such thing. You're never going to feel that way. You're never going to be any more ready than you are right now. And so it's like you won't even realize you're doing it until you're halfway there. I remember when I was like 5 and my dad was trying to get me to ride a 2-wheeler, and he would hold on to the seat and I would ride securely knowing that he was holding on to me. And I got halfway down the alley before I realized he had let go a long, long, long time ago. And I was doing it myself. Now, the Wheel specifically in this Law of Attraction deck speaks on rating your quality of life in all the different areas. And so, well, like on a scale of 1 to 10 or whatever it means to you, to decide where you feel like you're out of balance and where you need the most attention, where the seed needs the most nourishment and attention and nurturing. So in that way, you can focus your efforts on the lowest point, where they are most needed, and not where they would necessarily be the most easy. What would be the easiest thing to do? But actually start off with the hardest thing, they're telling me, for you. To start off with the hardest thing get that out of the way, and then everything from down there builds momentum and is easier from there on out. It's all downhill in terms of effort. Like if you can get over that first hump, then it is clear sailing after that. It's full steam ahead. Procrastination also is linked to perfectionism. So there may be a fear of screwing it up, keeping you from trying. And the Hangman here is talking about having patience with yourself. And so how does knowing that you're going to have patience for your screw-ups help you overcome self-doubt? There's a great video about weight loss. And I'm not saying this whole thing is about that, but Pentacles, this Ace of Pentacles, this is talking about a physical change. So it can be about your body, it can be about your finances, it can be about your home projects, it can be anything that in your material life. So just as a, for example, there's a channel, her name is High Carp Hannah, I think, and she has a whole video about this kind of attitude of not kicking yourself in the ass too bad when you screw up. It's like you're imperfect. It's very difficult to do well and to do right and to take care of yourself perfectly in this world. And so if you're going to beat yourself up every time you screw up, it makes it even harder. And the only person you have to answer to is you, so don't be a jerk to yourself. You know, don't be an asshole boss. Don't be a slave driver to yourself. And if you know and you trust that the person in charge isn't gonna rake you over the coals too bad and beat you up and be too down on yourself for screwing up, does that release or alleviate some of that fear of trying? Okay, so that's why I've chosen the Power deck, because I feel like you need a little bit of that personal power to get you going and fired up. Let me shuffle one more time and tune into Taurus. Okay, card 1 for Taurus. That is your image. It says commitment. You need commitment to focus on your target. Take aim, pull back the bow, and then shoot your arrow, knowing you will hit the bullseye with every shot. To hit the bullseye requires total commitment of your spiritual and physical being. You need only the commitment to walk down the path through the gateway into your true destiny. It is a process of gathering. You gather your emotions, your mental strength, and your abilities as you would gather sheep. It can be a long process, but your commitment gives you endurance. It is the next step after defining your active power. Materialize your dreams and begin to live them. Build that magnificent dream lodge within you with total commitment. And I feel like commitment is a perfect key word to sum up this strength in this Ace of Pentacles. Committing to growing this. I mean, this is the beginning. And so strength, that you're committing to bringing that into fruition and seeing it through. Okay, card 2. There is your image. It says time. What is time that it has such power to change all that exists back into dust? What is this unseen force like the wind that can shape the land and our lives? Learn to play with time. Time is surreal, like fish swimming in treetops. A person of power knows how to arrange time. Put on your watch and be aware of the time at which you do everything. Watch the sun, the moon, the transit of the stars. Find out what time that Venus is lowest in the sky before dawn. Be aware of your cycles, when you get hungry, when you sleep. Our society is obsessed with time, so now become time. If you're obsessed with something, it is better to explore it than to deny it. Then it is possible to give up your obsession and let a concept like time take its proper place in your life. Your power depends on your use of time. Okay. Card 3. That's really important here, that paying attention to cycles and knowing when is the best time, the most opportune time to do what. to know your circadian rhythm, to know how many hours of sleep you need to get. There's card 3. This illumination. As darkness comes, the mirrors of your spirit reflect different images. It is the time when the world changes and your being begins to glow. Reflect on the new vision that has been living on the perimeter of your consciousness. An idea is stalking you and awaits your invitation, a place within you to begin life. Yes, exactly. It is then that the muses of inspiration surround you like eagles and cheer you on to illumination. Take responsibility for your work and your life, and illumination will follow. This right here, this is taking responsibility, taking the reins of your life and moving forward. All right, Taurus, like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.